Hey, 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 welcome back. It's Dragon in the Afternoon, only on Styling Radio, the number one choice to hear about where people in New Balances get beat down with baseball bats. So, last night, okay? So, I get off work, okay?
Right.
And
you gotta wash the car.
I gotta wash my car. So, I leave Westport, I go down Dorset, down to the local car wash that I normally go to.
Okay.
Of course, the car wash is packed. Parking lot pimping going on.
Okay.
We got 64 Impalas out there on 3 wheels. We got fucking slam full-size trucks and all the Mexican music you can enjoy that you can't understand a fucking word of it. Here I come rolling in on this slam fucking 8th gen Civic with the brightest blue headlights you ever fucking seen, which blinded all the essays, right?
Yep.
Well, there was an open spot, so I rolled up in it, right?
Right.
Got a fucking roll of quarters, fucking...
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker, out of nowhere, comes up and goes, "Hey, what you running underneath that, gringo?" I go, "I don't know, Hector. I'm not letting her loose tonight." And he goes, "Oh, the white boy's got jokes." And I go, "Oh, I see you see Fast and Furious." And he said, "See that convertible over there? That's my baby." Okay, so Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. It's nice.
Okay.
And he goes, "It's got the biggest turbo you can put on it." And he's like, "Rev that up, SA." It's like, ring, shh, ring, shh. And I was like, "Yeah, man, that sounds good." He goes, "When you get done washing your dime, let's run for 100. And I go, "Man, I've already had a fucked up night. I'm just wanting to go home and eat some tacos." And he goes, "Is that a joke?" And I'm like, "No, man, for real. I got the street taco set." And he goes, Oh, the one with the chicken and the beef." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Dude, I know that one." And he's like, I go, "I'm not making fun of you guys." I go, which car club you with?" He goes, "STL Lowe's." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know Pancho over there." And he goes, "Yeah, man, he was just here, man. He went to go get something to drink." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm out there talking to this car club, nice car club, but they're a bunch of fucking landscapers, okay? So, I mean, during the day, they fucking cut your grass.
They're a bunch of landscapers. They cut my grass.
Yeah, I mean, they're nice guys, and I've seen them at other shows. They got some nice shit,
For landscapers.
Yeah, as Hector, as I call him, I don't know what his name was. I call him Hector. He walked away. He goes, "Man, you got a lot of bird shit on this. You get it in storage?" And I'm like, "No, man, fucking these goddamn birds, And he's like, "Yeah, man, it was a nice day." And I was like, "Yeah." So I washed my car, right?
Okay.
So the way this car wash is and how low my car is in the stall, I can't exactly go forward without dragging it. So I got to back the fuck up, right?
Right.
So I fire it up. They all hear it. And when I mean parking lot pimping, there was a good 40 fucking people there and probably fucking 25, almost 30 cars, right?
Nice.
Okay? Great fucking
yeah.
night to fucking cruise around, right?
Hell yeah.
And, they don't have piece of shit cars. I mean, everything was nice. And they had a few import cars, a few, there wasn't per se any mini trucks, but more sport trucks,
Right.
There was a bag dually there. I've never seen this dually before. I mean, it was fucking nice. It was a bag dually, and it had a snug top on it with no camper shell with no windows in it. It had a big fucking system in it, right? So I imagine the fucker probably had 4 to 6 15s in the bed, and the back window just booted up, right?
Right.
So I back out real slow, Here comes Hector. "You gonna run my cousin for 100? And he's got this $100 bill, holding it up, holding it up, holding it up, holding it up. And I'm like, "Man, I told you, Hector, I ain't letting her loose tonight, man." I was like, "I'm just going home." And he's like, "Okay, man, I got you, brother." He's like, "Enjoy those street tacos." Okay? Well, some people started laughing. But obviously, they didn't hear our conversation. It kind of pissed me off. But I was already pissed off about what happened earlier in the night.
Yeah.
So, of course, I get up, back out, fucking come up to the road, up to Dorset, and I got to cut it sideways. Well, here comes that Eclipse right behind me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. So Hector jumped in the convertible, I guess, with his homeboy driving or his cousin or whatever. And I come up, and the fucking light at 7-Eleven turns fucking red. I'm like, son of a bitch. And he pulls up and he's like, Gringo, 100, 100, 100, 100. So I roll the window down and I go, fuck it, I'll match it. Let's do it. He's over, wrench. I'm like, dude, this dude's gonna blow the motor before the light turns fucking green.
Hopefully.
So I pull up, turn the traction control off, and stage the car. And apparently this kid isn't really smart at street racing, because I'm looking at the fucking corner light, because I'm going to jump this fucking light. Because I know, looking at this thing, I think it's all-wheel drive GTS.
Yeah.
And if it hooks,
you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to catch him. But if I get him out of the hole, he's gonna have to try to catch me. And by the time I get in third gear, my VTEC's done kicked in, and you know, I'm gone. So here we go. I'm watching the light, turns yellow. All of a sudden, fucking bam, nail it. Fucking get him out by 2 cars. And here he comes. Slam it in second gear, hit the button, turn the traction control back on, set back in the seat, fucking slam fucking 30, still couldn't catch me. And I can hear him. I can hear him coming. When I hit fourth, that car's gone in fourth. So we're going down Dorset in Maryland Heights, and I'm doing about 130 something miles an hour. We done passed an eighth. We've done past a fucking quarter, so I let out. And he finally catches up. Guy pulls up to the light next to me, and he goes, man, that's a bad dime piece, man, blah, blah. He goes, I'm a man of my word. He jumps out of the car, comes over to my window, hands me the $100 bill.
Nice.
And I said, great, I got to get gas. So I pull in a Quick Trip, right? The SA's pulling behind me. A couple full-size trucks pull in, you know, that was chasing the race down. And we were out there talking, and he's like, man, you don't got my money. I got to see the engine. And I was like, you know, I'm getting gas. I'm like, fuck it, I'll pop the hood. I mean, it's all fucking polished shit and chrome and powder coated. I mean, and he's like, damn. So I get done pumping my gas. I'm getting ready to leave. I get in the car, and I start to pull out. And next thing I know, a Maryland Heights cop pulls up behind me, turns on his lights. And I'm like, oh, shit. They got me on the fucking cameras. Because it's all wired up out here on cameras, guys. Then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this black car. And I look over, and there's a fucking bitch in the fucking punk from the fucking corner store. And they're kind of parking away, right? He comes up. Officer's like, how you doing tonight? And I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. Can I help you? And he was like, have you had anything to drink tonight, sir? And hold on. This fucking motherfucking thing is back. There we go. He's dead.
Are you serious?
Fucking.
Did you get him?
Yep, I got him. Okay.
Good thing you left fly swatter in here.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking fly's back. I don't think that's the fly, because it was a different fly I got. So anyway, I'm gonna have that fucking exterminator come into this building, man. Fucking. But it was
So
really.
back to the cop.
So back to the cop. He wanted to know if I've been drinking. He asked me to step out. Do I got my driver's license and insurance? And I'm like, well, yeah. Oh, homeboy in the fucking Eclipse rolls up. Nope. Rolls up and was like, is there a problem? And he's like, because he thinks we may have got busted on camera, so he's going to talk to the cop. No, the cop fucking is looking for me, because remember that he told that girl to take a picture of my license plate. I'm the only motherfucker in the fucking, probably the Midwest, that's got these kind of rims on a fucking Civic, okay? And they're blue chrome, they're not anodized. So a blue fucking wheels on a gray fucking charcoal fucking Civic, you know, slammed to the ground, you know. I'm sure all the cops have seen the car. You know, one of my neighbors is a cop. So they want me to do a field sobriety test. I'm like, serious? So now Hector, which I don't know Hector's name, and if Hector's listening, And so, by the way, they do listen to the radio station, by the way. So they were just playing a bunch of fucking landscaping music, let's just say, or whatever, you know. So make a long story short, these motherfuckers are sitting over there. So another cop comes over there, right, talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they shine their spotlight at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so why am I pulled over? Well, right now you're detained for a field sobriety test because you were turned in under the suspicion of alcohol. And I go, really? I go, you might want to check that car over there under the suspicion of marijuana. He goes, so what happened earlier? So I explain it to the officer. Really cool. They made me they made me blow. Nothing.
Right.
Only thing in my car was a fucking energy drink. So Hector's trying to talk to the cops, which he must know these motherfuckers. And he's like, yeah, my boy wouldn't have threatened anybody, man. He's nice. So now, Quick Trip looks like a fucking car show.
Right.
This 22-year-old says I threatened his life. I told him I know where you live. All this crazy shit. And I'm like, really? Now, by the way, the corner store is closed, but the owner, I have his cell phone number.
Mm-hmm.
The cops know him because he owns a business.
Mm-hmm.
So I called him. They talk, come back, give me my stuff. And he's like, you're free to go. I'm sorry to waste your time. And I go, you might want to field sobriety test him. He got arguing with the cops. The next thing I know, as I was pulling out of the parking lot, he got knocked down and fucking handcuffed.
Oh. Nice.
I was like, ain't that some shit, man? What comes around goes around, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even make this shit up. Then I got home, and I was so motherfucking pissed I didn't even eat my street tacos.
Oh, shit.
I was like, got a brownie and went to bed.
Got a brownie and went to bed.
Yeah. And then, if the next day, you know, I live in a condo, and the condo above me, you know, they all got decks, right?
Right.
So, I'm taking some stuff this morning out to the car, and, because I got to put some of this Christmas stuff in storage, right?
Right.
Because I ain't been able to go to storage because it's been fucking winter wonderland at my fucking house with all the ice around the lake. So now it's all melted. This fucking idiot neighbor above me, I've had problems with this guy before. He's got a squeegeeing off his fucking deck, and I walk by and it fucking hits me. Now, listeners, let me explain something to you. I had just put this new sweatshirt on. I literally just cut the tags off of it.
And people, Izzy has to be dressed to the nines to leave the house.
Yeah, I ain't gonna leave the house half-ass.
No, he's not. You're not going to see him in sweatpants and fucking t-shirt.
No. I am covered in patio water dirt. And I go, what the fuck? And he's like, yo, man, I didn't see you. And I go, man, fuck you. And so I go back in the house. I got to change. Now I got to do. By the way, the sweatshirt was white. Okay, so you know how it was. It's ruined now. So I throw on a hoodie. I come back out. I got to carry this shit to the car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the shit was on the side of my face. It didn't get in my hair, I didn't think. I don't think it got in my hair, but it was on the side of my face, my back of my shirt, the whole side of my shirt, and fucking my pants. So I had to fucking change. So now, I'm back outside, carrying the shit out to the car, and he's like, yo, man, I know you're pissed, but I go, man, fuck you. Seriously. And he goes, fuck me? And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I don't fucking like you anyway. Remember the anger from last night?
Mm-hmm.
That is back. Okay?
Yep.
And he's like, and I've had an issue with this motherfucker before, and he takes steroids and he works out.
So he thinks he's all that.
Yeah, so
Like that.
if he hit me, he could probably hurt me, but I don't think he's going to be able to hit me because I'm going to break his fucking knee.
Right.
So I'm like, you got something to say to me? Come down here. You fucking saw me. Now, We cussed each other out. All the neighbors heard it. It ain't like they ain't heard it before.
Right.
I put the shit in the car, and then I kind of calmed down. And so I call him. He doesn't answer. So I start to send him a text. He calls me back. And I said, hey, man, I'm just having one of those weeks. I'm really sorry. I was getting ready to tell him, look, my mom's in the hospital, which we'll get to that story probably in the next segment.
Mm-hmm.
And then this dude decides he wants to cuss me out and hang up on me. You need to learn how to be nice to your neighbors. You just splash me with fucking dirty ass water. You think I'm going to be cool about this?
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I text him and I said, thanks for hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go to work. So I'm back and forth because I got shit in the car. I got to take to storage,
Mm-hmm.
And there's only so much I can fit in a fucking 4-door car. I mean, let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, how much Christmas shit's at my house, people? It takes 4 loads with my full-size truck.
Mm.
It's probably going to take fucking 20 with the Civic, okay?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
So, all of a sudden, his girlfriend shows up as I'm walking back to my door. She goes, I understand that you have a problem. And I go, I don't have any problem. Well, Jason said you threatened his life. And I'm like, did he tell you what he did to me? Well, accidents happen. And I said, yeah, accidents happen. I'm just having a bad day. Well, he's really upset that you threatened him. What the fuck is up with these pussy motherfuckers?
No shit.
I'm not even that big of a guy. So I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever, right? So I go in the fucking house.
That's how these new generations are, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, he's a millennium. He's not a Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, make a long story short, just when you think the party's done, it's not. I fucking leave my neighborhood and I get pulled over again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, what the fuck did I do? They want to know if I've been drinking. They had a report. And I said, yeah, that kid went to jail last night. Well, I'm just following up, your car's still on our radar. Really? Well, the camera got you, alerted me that, but I'll get it cleared out of the computer, okay? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, what happened last night? So I explained the story to him, as I've already explained to you listeners. And,
right.
He's just like, fucking kid. He goes, I can't believe the guy's like, you're picking on a 22-year-old. And this cop's about my age. And,
right.
I was like, yeah, man, you don't fuck around with Generation X. And he goes, shit. He's lucky this guy didn't fuck around with some of these gangbangers.
Yep.
Now, mind you, before all this happened, right? Mm-hmm. Yesterday,
mm-hmm.
I went home to check on the pugs, after we got our show done, and I heard like 6 fucking gunshots. So that normally doesn't happen in Maryland Heights, but it is St. Louis, and we are the murder capital of the United States. So I'm like, man, that's some fucking gunshots. Somebody's getting their shit shot up. But it was nice yesterday, 75 degrees and fucking retards out there. There's a full chance of retards. So yeah, on that note, guys, we're going to go right back into the music, and we'll be right back after this. Stylin' Radio, Dragon in the Afternoon, where we still say, fuck you if you wear New Balances. We'll be right back.